Do you want to roll me first this time? I think.
Yes, I believe it's you first this time.
All right, give me a good like 6 shuffles.
6 shuffles. 6 costs, 6 shuffles. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here we go.
All right, come on, something good. No way.
Wait. Nope, green, white.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Oof. I could do green, white. Okay. I thought it was 5 color again. I was like, no way.
Yeah, I would have said we could re-roll that. Okay, I'll do 5. 1, 2, 3, 5 shuffles. And spin. Come on.
I like how we like.
Oh. Same one, but I get blue.
Dude, when it was almost on the 4 too, and I was like, no way. Okay.
Interesting.
I love how we're both like cheering on, like, come on, let's go, and we don't know what we're cheering for. We're just cheering.
Yeah, either for cheering the other one to get a bad one, or.
Yeah, right. Let's do what I do. 6. Let's do 6.
All right, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And here we go. Come on.
Oh,
not too. Oh, not. No way. What?
I wonder if there even is one. I think there is.
Holy smokes.
You'll have to check on your side if that's even possible. Okay. Something cheaper than 5, please.
7 plus.
No, go away.
Yo, this wheel is weighted or something, dude. You get 5 every time. I love it.
I command Chulane, teller of tales, a scholar whose every word shapes the world. My buddy commands Ghalta&Mavren, raw strength and divine might made flesh. Will knowledge prevail, or will I be silenced with a mighty roar? Let's get into it. Once upon a time, there lived a wise old druid Chulane. With a cost of 5 mana and Bant from the throne of Eldraine, his story spun to life, with each creature cast, granting mana and knowledge, each tale better than the last. Chulane is no fool, believe you me. He recalls his creations for a mere cost of 3. A mystic, an elf, or a bird of paradise, shaping the landscape before your very eyes. This is a tale of ramp, card draw, and a bit of landfall. It may sound simple, but this feat is not so small. Mana from forests, islands, and plains is required, and simple removal could render Chulane retired. But do not fret, that's not the end of this tale. Protection is near, and these threats shall fail. Torrens, Savala, and a railway brawler ready their army, while Kinnan and Tatyova make the magic strong and hardy. As the climax approaches, creatures great and small make their way. The intruder alarm rings, keeping the enemy at bay. Even overlords and gods step in to oversee this grand conclusion. Rampaging Ballas and swarms flood the lands, as no mere illusion. They are not alone. No, not this time. A Moonshaker cavalry and Craterhoof behemoth rush to the front line. And if all goes wrong, and obstacles are afoot, a cyclonic rift can clear the field, rendering their forces moot. So heed this tale, ye brave and bold, of a sage whose stories never grow old. Will this tale end in ruin, with silence struck dumb, or will this be a legend told for years to come?
Alright, so both of our last videos are posted in the chat. Feel free to check those
Yeah, that one
out.
too.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Like both of the videos, comment, or even if you dislike, my belief is any engagement is good engagement. But if you're gonna dislike, at least tell me why in the comments.
Ooh,
That's all I
yeah,
ask.
That's good. I agree. All right, let's get into it. You ready?
Here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So the deck name is Life in the Fast Chulane.
Life in the Fast Chulane.
Yeah, because the commander's name is Chulane.
Oh, okay. I think I would have got it when I see when I synced your commander. You know, when I see him.
Yep. And what was what's your deck name?
I went with a little bit more of a cutesy name. The name of my deck is I'll Be Your +1.
Your +1.
Yep.
Interesting.
I will.
Okay.
I'll be your +1.
All right. Here we go. Game 1.
Yep. So, yeah. Game Chulane. Oh, this is from Throne of Eldraine set. Okay. I know him. If you guys
Alright.
didn't know, Throne of Eldraine was one of my favorite sets, and I actually in paper collected one of every card.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Well, I hope I didn't keep the wrong hand.
All right. So we're gonna start out here. Nice little Oozolith, the Shattered Spire. Nothing crazy. Doesn't do nothing. Don't look at it. Oh, this guy. I know the Poison Dart Frog. I feel like I played him once or twice.
Just a little guy.
You're right. Just a little guy.
Oh, not the bristly bill. A pretty strong start.
Yeah, this deck, a lot of modifying went into this deck.
Okay. So Ghalta and Mavren. What did you think while starting to build this one?
Well, this is a this commander was literally the only one I could make. All because there was no other commanders. Like, I looked at everything, and even though I'd gotten some suggestions from outside that were just like, oh, hey, you know, you could use this or this or this, they weren't in the game. Like, there was nothing. I couldn't find anything. So Ghalta and Mavren, it has two nice little abilities. One of them is whenever you attack, you can pick one of the two. Either the strongest, you take the strongest creature, and then you create an XX dinosaur with trample that's attacking, or you can take the amount of creatures you have and then create that many vampire 1/1 vampire creature tokens with lifelink. So it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either we're gonna make something really big, and it's gonna be something like really big that we're gonna make a trample dinosaur later, or we're gonna have a bunch of small stuff that's gonna be attacking with lifelink that's gonna get stronger because of the lifelink, and then we're just gonna have like an infinite army kind of thing is kind of the direction we were going here.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I mean, I hopefully it doesn't execute because I won't win, but you know, that's cool. That's cool though.
Yeah, cool thought, buddy. It's just nothing.
Yeah, I totally
I'm trying to think.
missed that.
I don't think I want to attack. The cool thing, though, if you didn't catch it, my Ozolith, the Shattered Spire down here. If I put any 1/1 counters on it, puts that many plus one more.
Hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, I did see that
So,
when you got first.
so I'll always be putting on like 2, counters. Oh, nice. So yeah, what about you? How come you chose Chulane?
Well, same as you. It was the only choice I had, but
Okay.
it was a good choice nonetheless. I've heard a lot of good things about Chulane.
I mean, it just seems like he has a really, not to cut you off, but anytime you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and put a land from your hand,
Yeah, it is very
I feel like
strong.
Right, pretty good there.
Not this.
How are you not
Mossborn
using any
Hydra.
land to play stuff? That's why.
Don't worry about that part.
No, yeah, we're gonna worry about that.
It's all looking a little scary over there. Sure you don't
And, I mean-
wanna like not play those things? But yeah,
think I do.
Chulane. I like there's a word that gamers like. It's called value.
Okay.
Chulane is very good at that. All right, you were swinging.
Yeah, we gotta start swinging eventually. I can't let you ramp too hard.
I mean, you could. Just be
You're right.
nice. You really could.
They haven't banned the Bill card yet? What's the Bill card? You say blue, green, white has been treating you well this season? Are you talking about the Dragon set? The new one that just came out? Oh, here he is. Yeah, see, I feel like this guy would be very... This is a really nice... I'm gonna have to take note. Wilderness Reclamation. Take note. I feel like that's a card that should be in green decks. Hey, wait a second.
Oh yeah, Grizzly Bill is insane. Well, just all the green right now is just it's really good in Brawl. Yeah, I think you got me here. Started off a little slower than I wanted to.
Well, Gala Greeters still good? Someone had it earlier. I don't know. I'd have to see the card.
Oh,
It's like I was
yeah,
telling Ollie.
it's in my graveyard right now.
Creature you control enters. Oh, I feel like that's really good.
It is really good. Dang, even if I block Mossborn, it's exactly enough to kill me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, only one has. Oh, because you can't do the flying.
Oh, well.
Oh, I guess you could.
Well, yeah, even if I... Yeah. Well, okay, let me block this. That would be 7 plus 8. Okay, might. I might. Make that indestructible.
Smart.
I guess I could have used this, huh? Yeah, I think Gala Greeters is pretty good. Especially if you're playing a lot of creatures.
I feel like that's really good though. I mean, because even you got to think, even if you have a deck that makes tokens and stuff.
Yeah, looks like it doesn't quite matter what I do here.
Yeah, so when I was making my looking for Ghalta&Mavren, right? What to do with it. When I had first made the deck, it was a very high cost deck, which made it very hard to play because it's a high cost commander itself too, right? So you're thinking, "Oh man, I can get this monstrous beast out there." And it just wasn't working for me. Ooh, nice, okay. This would be like really good with like a landfall.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Yeah. You got the first one.
Oh, you can't scoop. GG's.
Well, I just did.
I just did. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. GG's, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised that ramped the way that it did, honestly.
Yeah, I think I just got a little unlucky with my opening stuff. I took a hand that I shouldn't have.
No worries. Here, let me move that over now in folders.
Alright, start recording again. I'll send you the challenge this time.
Nope, sent it too late.
Nope.
I will accept.
Game number 2. Hope for a little bit better results this time.
Yeah, I found that with mine too. It's all about that opening hand. If I don't have a strong enough opening hand to combo, then it's like GG's from there.
Okay.
See, this is... Oh man, this is like a decent hand.
Yeah, mine is.
That I would want to try to play with, but the thing is, if I play it and I don't get like one land, it's over.
Alright, I'm gonna chance it again.
I think we're gonna keep this one.
Yo, Supermom with the sub.
Yo, Supermom with the sub. Let's go. Dang it, I forgot to turn those notifications off. That's okay. That just lets anybody watching the recap here know that we're streaming this live on Twitch. Come check it out. Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that.
Yeah, that one combos pretty well with Chulane also.
I think we go there. It's just a bat. It doesn't do nothing. Live, raw, and unfiltered. Yep, that's right. You know, I found it crazy when I was testing this deck that I seem to draw like some of the same cards.
Yeah. I think the shuffler in this game is wacky.
We won't attack yet.
Yet, he says.
That's right. My giant 1/1 flyer here, or 1/2 flyer here. Oh, this guy. I have been infinite comboed off of the Lotus Cobra before.
Oh, yeah.
It was annoying. I sat there and watched it too because I wanted to see where it was going to go.
Don't worry about that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. As you wish.
Definitely don't tap your creatures.
Well, shoot. Now is that whenever any creature enters?
Yes. If you attack with that, you won't untap your next step until someone plays a creature.
Right. But like if you play a creature, it gets untapped, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think you'll play a creature next turn.
Maybe, maybe not.
Just all enchantments. Whole enchantment deck.
Hmm.
So what was your plan with Chulane here? What did you want to see him do, or what do you want to do with him?
Well, ideally, I would like get a bunch of value. So just lots of cheap creatures, lots of lands into play to play my that is the idea.
Okay. So just get him out essentially, and then just keep getting creatures out so that you can play more land and more like card draw and stuff.
I mean, it's not all super revolved around him.
He's just a mechanic of.
Yeah, like he helps keep the deck moving too.
Okay.
Like a bonus, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and put that there. Okay. I do like that guy's ability. I don't think I've seen him before. I guess I wasn't playing for the 2022 core set. I guess it's only when he enters, huh?
What?
Hey, yeah. Is that why you put him in there? Because his name is Kami?
No. Alright, it's just a good little one drop.
Watching makes us want to play, or makes you want to play. Dude, it's a good time. It's a good time, BD. Every Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Oh, what is this?
Overlord.
Oh, this is attached to a tap colorless land. Named everywhere. That is ever. Dude, that's cool. Huh. Hey.
I'm just taking a gander, you know.
Yeah, you know. Wait, how did you play that for free?
I had a treasure. Well, I had a floating mana from Lotus Cobra too.
Oh, okay. That's where I was like, wait a second. You know, that kind of stinks.
Yeah. It does.
Really, really just kind of stinks. But I think we have something that we can counter that with. Now, how do I want to do this, though? Because it's got to be one or the other. Let's go with the other. Oh, this kind of changes everything. Let's do that. We'll go 2 attackers here. See, your enchantment here almost makes it like you got to be smart about how you're going to play stuff too.
Exactly.
Because if I attack and then end up tapping everything, then you go into your turn, you're like, well, I'm just not going to play creatures until I'm done attacking.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. I was looking at putting this card in the deck too. I didn't. I ended up opting out because it cost too much. See, my problem with my commander too, with it being a 7-drop commander, is that I feel like I'm not going to play it that often, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Like, just because it's 7, you know? And I know green is good at ramping mana, but then you just look at it and you're just like trying to get that back is just going to be hard.
Seems pretty good.
So yeah, like that's why this is one of those decks that I had to make it to where my commander was essentially just a part of the deck and not the focus of the deck.
Mm-hmm. Think about how I want to do this.
I was honestly surprised to see when I was making my deck too how many creatures are just like 1-drop, like whenever a creature enters, gain a life.
Yeah.
I feel like they have one for every set.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of token strategies in every set. So. Sorry, I'm like super zoned in here.
No, you're okay. My thing keeps coming up like resolve. It's like I don't think there's anything I can play. Why does it ask me resolve it? Just resolve it. Like that's why I'm like highlighting all my cards right now. Like there's nothing that's I can tap to add mana. Other than that, there's nothing. Stop
Right.
asking me. No, you're good. You're locked in. I get it. What are you doing that's making him return to your hand? Is there... Oh, it's his ability, right?
Chulane, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Resolve. There's like actually... I promise you, there's nothing in my hand at all. Anything that's just like...
I think it's your Birds of Paradise, probably.
Let me just add 1 mana here. Like,
You could. Yeah, if you
No,
had like
'cause
a
then I
path
can't
to
use it
exile
in-
in your hand, you just have to pay for that.
Wait, I can pay for the exile card?
Yeah, if you had one in your hand.
Oh, I don't. I like I said, I promise you, I've gone through everything. Nice. All right. Let's see. I think we go. Here. You got some big stuff over there too, looking at it. I think just those two. Nice.
Thank you.
I'll untap your commander for you.
Thanks. Hey, you're getting lots of creatures out there.
My deck is full of, I think, ridiculous amount of 1 and 2 costs. Okay, at the beginning of your end step, you gained life this turn, distribute that many 1/1 counters. Okay. Do they all just have to be?
You can put any number on any amount.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Up to the 9 health, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See what we can do this turn.
See, I feel like this is the turn you pop off because your land is just so... You have so much.
That is the idea.
Yeah, this card is super nice. You just sit there and like return to your hand, play it, you know.
right?
Whoa, add 1 land for each creature you control. Holy smokes, I didn't see that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can take your card.
You know what? I will, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Needed that card.
Any way I could be of service.
The top 7 cards of your library. And then what does this do? You can put it onto the battlefield?
Yep. And if it's 3 or less power,
Yeah.
give it counters. Doesn't.
And then the rest on the bottom. Nice.
Yeah.
Features. Flying and get +X to the end turn. Oh. Dude, that might have done it.
Hoping so.
Go put it on the dock. You gotta go to bed, bud. Well, shoot. Sorry if we're not super talkative right now, Chad. I think we're both just locked in right now. And they all have vigilance. That is awesome. Okay, let's see.
2 of them have vigilance.
Oh, I didn't see this one tap. That's why I was like, oh, cheese and rice. Well, I feel like something's coming where it's like unblockable, double power, something like that.
I wish.
You giggle. Here it is.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh,
say
look
you
it.
wish.
My wish is granted.
Okay, so how much is hit?
$33. I don't like the way you said yes there. Oh, cheese and rice. All right, let's see. What do you need, buddy? Upstairs in the bathroom. I think this is it. We do this, and then we're going to activate the ability here. We're going to create a dino that is a 31/31. Untaps everything with trample.
Block here. There. Hmm.
How do we play so many monsters? Well, because we were both in a bit of a spot where like the board was like drawn out. Like I did some chip damage here, he did chip damage there, and it was just kind of like nobody could really get the upper hand. And then the last turn I came out and attacked, but then he was able to play something that gave everything flying and hit me really hard with some big creatures. And then I was able to get my commander out that created another attacking with trample 31 because the biggest creature on the field was 31 at the time. If you saw all this, you would just concede. No, there's no fun in that. This card's really good too. A landfall for treasure tokens or food tokens. Oh, food or treasure.
I think you win by like just 4 hit points.
Like 4, you think?
No other way for me to slice it, really. Yeah,
It might just be by, I think it's by 1. If I'm adding,
I got the dino covered here.
Yep.
33 toughness. Then I got the 9 covered. There's no other trample on the board, so
he's the only.
Yeah, so the damage coming through is 4 plus 5, which is 9, plus 4, 13, plus 4, 17, which would be livable, but then I
plus 3, yeah, which is. Gotta put your son to bed. Yo, sounds good, BD. You have an amazing night, brother. Sleep well. Hope your kid gets good sleep. We will see you tomorrow. Oh.
almost had that
Dude,
mathed out.
I thought you had me with the flying, but I totally forgot about summoning sickness.
Yeah.
Because you were blinking the 1 back and forth.
Hmm.
I thought that's why I was like, oh shoot, you got me this one.
Yeah, my deck popped off like a turn or two too late. Oh, GG's.
GG's, heck yeah, man.
All right, game number 3.
Game 3, here we go. Crafty, I like that. I just recently unlocked mine, my little call sign, the Mity. And I was like, dude, Mity, the Mighty? I'm like, oh, can't beat it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Literally.
Man, what are these hands today? I'm not looking out with my hands.
Kind of like this one. So one problem I had with my deck, like early on when I started, was I had a lot of like high cost cards. I think my mana curve was like 3.4 or 3.5 cost for everything, and then all my mana rocks were in creatures.
Gotcha.
So like I had to do a lot of editing over the last 2 weeks. I think I went on like a 20 losing streak just online. And then I was like, oh well, I'll play Peanut, right? Like what,
Right.
he'll help me out. That didn't help either because he was just whomping me, and I was like, I just can't figure it out. He's like, what do you mean you can't figure it out? Like I was like, play me again, and he was just whooping me. And I think the biggest thing I did is I was worried about getting big creatures out there, because I was like, if I can get big creatures out, I can then copy them. And I think then I kind of turned around. I was just like, okay, I don't need the big creatures. What I really need is like one mechanic that's going to make the creatures big. And that's where I came up with the +1 counters, And I think it's kind of doing a decent job of distributing those counters. And then, like I said, the only time my commander was out was the last game, and copying that. And I think that worked pretty well. Being able to just make something big and then make a dinosaur. And then, like I said, if that didn't work too, the other thing I could have done was created like 10 1/1 vampires with lifelink, and then that would have triggered so many, across the board abilities and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, so I look at my commander as like when he comes out, he's going to be like a one-shot Johnson kind of thing,
Right. That makes sense. Good way to think about that.
So especially being a 7 cost, and like I said, I know green is good for getting mana out there, but like when you're running like a deck like this kind of thing, with such a high cost commander, it makes it really hard to do that, to get him out multiple times. So what about you? What do you think is going well for your deck? That at the end there, that was really popping off, the fact that you almost had like unlimited mana.
Yeah. Yeah, the past few games, like, I haven't drawn as much of my ramp as I would have liked, because I have a good amount of like small ramping creatures. As you might have seen. Hold on, sorry.
No, you're good.
If I had drawn some earlier ramp, like, the whole deck doesn't revolve around Chulane, but it's definitely like a key piece. So like the idea is to get the early ramp creatures out so I can play him quickly, or you can respond to it, and then just be able to consistently have him out.
Right.
So he's just constantly a part of the deck. That's the idea. But
Kind of one of those, like, he's on the field affecting everything, but maybe not necessarily attacking or controlling the tide, right?
Right.
Okay.
He's a really good key piece, but not essential for the whole deck. Because early on, when I was testing it, I did have it rely on him a little bit more. But I didn't have any like middle of the road impact kind of creatures. Like, it was all just ramp, and then the payoff. Nothing in between, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to add a little bit to the middle, give it a little more substance.
See, and this is an issue I've run into in like the other games I'm playing too. Like, so yeah, I do have a lot of cheap creatures to get out, right? Like my highest cost is a 3/3 drop out here, right? But my hand is completely empty, and I haven't drawn a single one of my draw mechanics.
Yeah.
I mean, minus Esper Sentinel, but that's a once per turn, and if you choose not to pay kind of thing.
Right, exactly.
So and then that's where I kind of fall short. Like, so as long as I can get one of my draw mechanics out there to where I'm just continually
See, this is
just
what my
making
deck
stuff.
should be doing here.
Yeah, like I kind of like it. See, I didn't see this card, but I probably don't own it either. This would have been an interesting one to put in the deck as well, because then you can go the opposite end of Ghalta&Mavren, where you have a whole bunch of 1/1 red mercenaries, and now you have, you know,
Right.
double the tokens, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. And what's great is that I have Tatiova out, Landfall, which gives me a creature, or a card and a life. So I have an extra chance to draw a creature to play into Chulane, who might draw me into a land. That's where the engine's supposed to come from.
Right. Yep. So you cast a creature, you draw a card. Creature comes out, you gain some life, gain more life. Cast a creature, create a token. When a land comes in, this happens. Yeah, see, and it's like everything. Like this is, I mean, we're on the same turn here. Like you've taken one more turn than me, and your land is infinite compared to mine right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I have 5 land out there, minus not counting my, you know, creature mana sources.
And then the key winning pieces are some big creatures and then Cathar's Crusade. If I would have gotten that earlier, my board would be huge right now. So that's the idea. There's like a few separate engines that can work separately at different times. That's why like it doesn't all revolve around you.
See, and I feel like that's one thing I've been learning about building these decks too, is like you try to put, you know, 3 or 4 different win conditions with different ways to build around those win conditions in the deck, but then like the probability of drawing, you know, said win conditions in, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Not probable to draw all the cards you need for this condition or all the cards you need. That's why you got to make them work together, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that I've kind of been learning as we go, you know.
Exactly. Big old mana
Yeah,
drain on that. Let's go.
You would.
I needed that. I needed that in my bones. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else. Did you pay for me not to draw a card? You jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I got a lot of mana. Okay.
What was the mana drain? Counter target spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Add in equal to the mana value. Oh my god.
Yeah.
For 2 mana? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That is a crazy good card. Is this one of those cards that's only on Arena?
Which one? Again?
The mana drain?
I don't think so. No, it's from Thunder Junction, it looks like.
Oh, Thunder Junction, okay. Oh yeah, that does look like the little wanted poster type of. Yeah, see, like you honestly, and I mean my board, it doesn't look bad, right? Like you look at my board, it's not a bad board. But
Right.
I just think that your board right now, like looking at it, is just so much bigger. I think you're gonna get this one just because of
Yeah, and
like your board state alone.
I don't know if you remember the enchantment I had, Intruder Alarm.
Mm-hmm.
That combos with Chulane and all my mana dorks as well. So if I keep returning creatures to my hand, then I can untap my mana dorks and just play through my whole deck as much as I want.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying.
Somehow
I saw
the chain stops, but pretty much.
I saw
all the way
that.
through.
I saw that last time when we were playing. I was just like I said. I think you had if you had played that, if your board looked the way you did 1 turn sooner, I think you
Right.
won because I didn't have anything to block all of that flying. I could only block 2 of the flying creatures.
Oh yeah, and And with Keenan, I was able to put my winning piece down.
Yeah, see, so wait, who? What did he do?
So I used his ability,
Matter.
put a non-human onto the battlefield, and Moonshaker Cavalry was in that.
Oh, yep, and see, so yeah, there's nothing I can do here. All right, I'm scooping. I'm kidding. I won't scoop like you did game 1. I'm gonna let all the damage go through.
Nah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, even with Ghalta out there on the last turn, I mean, the only thing that was gonna happen was I was gonna create a couple 1/1 tokens. That doesn't do nothing. Don't worry about that.
Wait, what doesn't do nothing?
My spelunking. I saw you looking at it.
Oh. I was probably just like moving my cursor around.
Oh.
Oh, I can give this haste too. Let's go.
There's nothing I can do now. You can attack. I have one blocker. One blocker. And you're coming at me with hundreds of damage.
You know what? Screw your spelunking.
Wow. Dude, this dude is so salty. All right, let's see. What does it do? That player search their library for a land. Sure. Put her on there. Yeah, see, Splunking is nice because the lands enter untapped. So all these ones that like dual lands, we're just gonna let it all go through. We're gonna accept our fate for game 3. Gosh, just like last week, I can never go 3-0, you know?
Bro.
Dude, I think we're gonna get like negative 500 L.
Bro doesn't focus on the 2-0 part. He
No,
focuses
dude,
on the not 3-0 part.
Well, GG's.
This guy, GG's. This guy can't take a win. That's crazy.
Well, no, it's like I said though. I've said it before. Like when you
No, I'm kidding.
when you go and you play some games, all that matters is who wins, right? Who wins that last game? I could win 10 games, but if you win that last one, you're leaving on a high note. You know what I'm saying?
But you won 9 in that scenario.
Those were good games. Like I said, I was honestly, and like I'll say this in my recap again too for the video, but I was honestly surprised that my deck popped off the way that it did in those first.
Yeah, that was really good.
In the first one and the second one. I like when I was telling you, like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like when I'm just like, yeah, I'm feeling good about this deck, like my Itali deck, I felt good about that deck, right? This one I did not. I was just like, I don't know what to do. I was literally on here like 2 hours before we started, like going back through my cards, like, oh, maybe I changed this, maybe I changed this.
And can I ask you a question? When you made your Atraxa deck for the guest episode, was that any way an influence for your Ghalta deck?
No, actually, the Ghalta deck was made first with the name. I had the name and everything already. So I had the name, the whole goal. So the whole goal of my Ghalta deck was I wanted to get +1/+1 counters because I wanted big creatures. But like I said, I wasn't looking at the side of the lifelink when I was first making the deck. I was looking at it as like, I just want really big creatures out there because then I can make one other really big creature with trample, right? And that's all I was looking at. I was like, I don't know, for some reason my brain read the full card of Ghalta&Mavren, and I was just like, only half of this card works. And like for some reason I was only focused on one half of it. And like I said, no, I had the Atraxa deck was completely different. It had the Atraxa deck was almost inspired by the Ghalta deck, like of what I wanted to do with Ghalta for the guest star there. Like because I wanted to make the 1/1s, but I was like, I don't have a proliferate ability, so we got to figure out another way to be able to get 1/1s on. And there's half the cards in my deck that we didn't even get to see tonight in these 3. You know, in these 3 games, and it's crazy because the way that some of those combo off too, you know. I have one that's just like all your creatures enter tapped and I get 1 life, right? So you imagine that everything you put out there is now tapped,
right?
Like plus I'm getting the life, so it's buffing up all the creatures with the +1s, and then if Ghalta's out there and everybody attacks, boom, now you got a, you know, 40 1/1s with lifelink and all these other creatures coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I don't know. I think the one thing, like I said, I did is the fact that it was a 7-drop commander, knowing that I was not going to get that out more than once or twice in a game. It was all about getting little creatures out. So my whole deck is all 1 and 2 drop.
Yeah.
Like cards. And obviously the few 3-drop that we saw.
Right. Yeah, like my deck is similar that way. Because knowing Chulane would probably be a heavy removal target. I wanted to ramp into him faster, and then also, hopefully by the time you had removal, have spells to protect him. There's a good little chunk of protection spells in there. But yeah, like you didn't even see that many little ramp creatures that I had. Like I had like a lot of the tap elves, Birds of Paradise. I didn't play till way later. Then like kind of like those middle ground, like enhancing creatures. Like I have to look, honestly, but
I mean, there were enchantments I have in there that just like literally would have me drawing 3 cards, 4 cards per turn, drawing into it. Like I had the one Rhino in there that doubled its power, gave it that many that many 1/1 counters. You know, I had a Hydra in there that doubles 1/1 counters when land comes in. I mean, we saw him. And then there's a few enchantments in there that like when you put a 1/1 counter, double that amount of 1/1 counters on it. You know, there was just so many things with.
right.
Like I said, like I was so focused on just big creatures that my mana curve was like, it was high. Like when I initially made it, like I said, like 3. It might have been even like 3-8 before I started cutting it, and I was just like, I can't do this because, you know, I played Peanut, and I was like, I don't know what kind of deck Nagi's gonna make, but looking at it, like he played me with his bunnies, and I'm like, the fact that you're able to have that many out by turn 4, and I'm just getting my first creature out, like there's no way, you know. So
Right.
it was, I don't know, it was.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
how
a
that first
struggle.
game went. Like I had maybe 1 or 2 creatures out by the time you had like 4 or 5. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
like
like I said,
because I was late getting my colors, and I was like, man, like I saw Bristly Bill, and I knew exactly what was gonna happen. So I was just like, okay, you went
Yeah.
with the +1 theme. So I didn't know if you went
Yeah,
tokens or +1. So I was like, okay, now I know.
Yep, and then the only way it would have been tokens is if Ghalta came out and I needed the lifelink to build up the 1/1s, because then, you know, say I attack with 10, it brings in 10, that triggers 10.
Right.
Like, and then like I said, I was surprised with how many. It's like when a creature enters, gain 1 life. I got 5 or 6 of those guys in my deck, not including the enchantments. So like you think like per token that comes in, a Johnny's the one cat thing, a Johnny's whatever it is, you know, that's 10 life right there per token, or 10 1/1s per token, plus, you know, the one bat.
Right.
There's 10 1/1s plus, you know, the one voice of whatever, the one that I just played in the last one. There's 10 of those per token. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I had to figure it out, and I just like, I don't know. Sometimes I struggle. Like I get tunnel vision and only focus on one thing when I'm making it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that entire deck is like 1 and 2 drop, some 3 drop, very few 4, 5, and 6 drop.
Yeah, I tried to keep my 5s small, but I think at my first renditions I kept them a little too small. I had some like, I had to go back in and add some like meat to the bones, you know, like I added like Parametra that like helps me ramp when I play a creature, Railway Brawler, which I'm sure was in your deck.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Overlord of the Hauntwoods plays a land for free when he enters or attacks. So,
oh yeah, yep.
yeah. I had a few creatures like Wandering Rescuer that gives my tapped creatures hexproof. So if I had to use Chulane or my Mana Dorks, couldn't target them. I had a couple ways to give hexproof. I didn't really get out many of my like middle of the road creatures. Like I had like Scoot Swarm for landfall combo, Nissa, the landfall one, Torrents was the Angels, procs after playing a creature spell to give me more tokens. There's like a few different ways I could have populated my board well. Yeah, unfortunately, those first couple games I was a little slow to ramp. Or slower than you to ramp. Could catch up in time.
See, and then I think in our first game I got that Primeval Bounty out, the one there that's like if you play a creature, make a beast token. If you play a non-creature 1/1, I don't know if I got that one out in the first or maybe I didn't get that one out this game. But I have an enchantment, Primeval Bounty. It's a 6-drop. It's when you play a creature, make a 3/3 beast token. Non-creature, put 3 1/1s on a creature, and if a land comes in, you gain 3 life. That just combos into everything. I had Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider.
Yep.
So any counters double, you know, and those were just like my high cost cards. Everything else is, you know, I had a Hulking Raptor just because he added 2 green mana in my main phase and has Ward 2.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were gonna do like. So you could have gone like a few different routes. Like you could have went +1 counters. You could have went tokens. Those are usually like the 2 branches that green white goes. But what's unique about green and white is that both colors have dinosaurs. So you could have done some like normal dinosaur rampy things.
I was looking at dinosaurs initially. So I had I think like 50 or 60 cards dinosaurs, but the only ones I had that were green were like the really high cost ones. Same with the white ones. Like they were just higher cost dinosaur cards. And it was like, you know, cool, I got the green Ghalta, like that'll be awesome. But by the time that I would play that, I don't have cards in my hand, right? Like I don't have a draw mechanic so that because Ghalta is like when you play it, you can play any number of creatures from your hand. And I was like, I don't have enough creatures that would just be sitting in my hand, and I'm not going to hold on to stuff forever, right? And then just some of the other dinosaurs that I was looking at that I had, because I didn't want to go like crazy just creating cards. The one thing I like about this, like the challenge that we do here, is I try to use a lot of what I have and very few of like, well, let me just go and create all these cards, right?
Right. Yeah, I do the same.
I think that's a cool part about it, like, because I mean, you can obviously go and make a deck that's amazing if you used 100, you know, tokens to create your cards, but like, I don't know. I kind of set that challenge for myself too when I make the decks. Like, I'm just gonna do what I have.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, like as you know, like for a little bit I couldn't even get the commander to like properly test it. So like
yeah.
Cause like sure I could have asked him for money and be like, all right, well, I want to get my commander right now. But you know, I wanted to see if I could at least picture the deck before it even got moving, but yeah, I mean it's hard when you can't play test it like how you want to. So
exactly right. You didn't play test it probably till what, like 3 days before today, right? Was it Thursday or something? Wednesday, Thursday that you play tested it finally?
Yeah, I think Wednesday.
So and then to top that, I think I play tested my decks Sunday or Monday. No, I don't think I touched it Sunday. So it was Monday or Tuesday that I sat there and I was making it, and then it was like play testing it, trying it out, figuring out, okay, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. But like I said, you know, I was thinking about it too. I think like one thing that'd be cool, like that we did it, or that we could do at the end too, is like, so like, what'd you think? Like, are you gonna keep it or are you gonna like scrap it? You know, like
okay.
Keep or scrap the deck, because like for example, like my one with Etrata, that's a scrap deck, right? Like I threw it together, I can't figure out how to make it work. I think we scrap it, right? But like,
right, you
know, I think that'd be something kind of cool, like if we did like an outro together kind of thing. I don't know, I was just brainstorming, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been recording our little discussion here at the end, so
trying to get me in a gotcha moment. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But yeah, if you're asking that now, with this deck, I think I'll keep it.
So you think this deck's a keep deck?
Yeah. No, I do like it. It unfortunately didn't perform how I wanted it to for the first game or two, but yeah, that stuff happens. I don't think it's a bad deck. That had it did pop off, and who I've tested it against, like I've sent them the deck list and everything, and they've helped me like shape it a bit. They gave me some good tips because I think if I kept it how I had built it originally, I probably would have like definitely lost way harder.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a little bit of a learning and growing experience with that deck. So I mean, I like how it plays. It's usually, I mean, as you saw, it plays pretty smooth. Like once it gets going, you know. Yeah, I like those kind of unique like creature strategies, like a little bit out of my wheelhouse as far as my strategies. Like I do like going wide, but usually like tokens and ways to affect those tokens, but not as much just raw creatures, you know.
Dude, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna lie, like even in game 2, when you had that one creature come out, everybody got flying, you're hitting me with 15, 16, 17s. I was like, holy smokes. And then when you were able to get the deck to pop off like it should in game 3,
yeah,
and then he came out and I was like, dude, you're hitting me for 400 damage. Like, what am I supposed to do? You know?
yeah.
Like,
I
think it's solid. I think it's one of those like, I think it's, and you could say this about any commander deck. It's one of those like, once you draw the right stuff, like it's gonna play great. You know?
mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I mean,
unfortunately,
it's what you draw. Yeah.
Yeah, you draw some duds, and I've been there. Trust me.
But yeah, man, you came up swinging, man.
I think end of the day, we're gonna keep this deck too. This is one. Like I said, I like the way it pops off. I like the way like we worked in the life gain, and not only the life gain, but then you use the life gain to power up the creatures, and then like I said, like the way we got this deck to combo is probably one of our best combo decks that we've built to this point, in my opinion. So in all 5 episodes that we've made, I think this is probably my best deck.
Yeah, honestly, like the Tolly deck was pretty intimidating too. But green and white are just always so efficient. Usually,
To be fair, I've been asking for green and white. I think it's week 1.
hey man, well you got it.
Yeah, right. So
well, on the subject of colors, do you want to spin the wheel?
yeah, let's spin our wheels.
Okay. All right, let me make sure I'm recording for the spin. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go.
Yeah, let's see, what are we playing against next week?
Ooh.
Oh,
White, black.
okay. Give me your lucky number 5.
Hey, you can't take my lucky number.
All right, give me 3. 3 shuffles. 3 good shuffles.
1, 2.
Said good ones. No, I'm just kidding.
Take it up with the website. All right,
That's right.
here we go. Oh, Grixis.
Okay.
So, the complete opposite of what you play.
Some blue, black, red.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay, so we're just kind of filling in the circle this week.
Sure.
That's all right.
All right. Here's my roll for cost.
Let's see. Big money, big money. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
4.
look at that.
4 is acceptable. It hurt me.
Something different.
All right, 4. That's crazy that I did 5 straight episodes of 5 cost.
You did 5 of 5. That's like a golden
I know.
cost drop stream.
That's crazy. All right.
Dang, I don't know. There should be a celebration for that. I don't know.
There was a little one on
Give
the
me
screen.
3 good shuffles, 3 good ones.
1, 2,
All right.
and here we go.
I accept my fate. Be minimum 3. And that's what we did.
Yep, there are. I know for a fact that there are only 2 of those because I spun the wheel
Don't you
for.
look at my commanders. I'm just kidding.
I've already looked at them but my buddy, the friend of the show, the same one, he rolled exactly what you got.
Nice. All right.
So I know
3
what your
black,
2
blue,
choices
red.
are.
3
But-
drop black, blue, red.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't believe we've already done 5 episodes. I can't wait to do more. Mity got me this time, but I think my deck was stronger than the last one. He was able to ramp up and get so many counters out so fast. But I was able to combo and fight hard at the end. What did you think of the deck? What could I have done better or differently? Mity and I record these every Sunday and stream it live on Twitch. Make sure to check out our channels below. And as always, subscribe for more of these videos. And with all that being said, Nagi here signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.